Are you a fan of the Olympics?
Absolutely. I just think that it would be amazing to bring them back to our country, and particularly to be thinking about it at this sort of point in history when so much is changing.
Because I can't think of another celebration that invites every single country. What do you think they're going to take away from Chicago if the games are actually held in Chicago?
Oh, just the spirit of the city is so amazing. And you know, when I've spent time in Chicago and spent time there with you, there's such an energy to it.
And what do you think Chicagoans, or even Americans I think in general, what do you think they would take away from having all the different cultures there and interacting with them, and sort of what effect do you think that would have on our perspective?
I think it would be a really incredible thing, you know? Especially now, nobody's traveling, nobody's really leaving their home sphere because everyone's trying to bring it back in and get more responsible, you know, fiscally, and I think with their families as well. And to be able to invite people from all around the world into literally the middle of America. People could come in from New York, people would travel from LA, you know, coast to coast. Everyone, I think, would really converge for the Olympics, especially when you saw the amazing ratings and the amazing support for the Beijing Games. People are remembering why they're so passionate about world sports, and we're being reminded of who our heroes can be.
What do you think, on a cultural level, as Director of Cultural Relations, I should propose to the cultural community to create when the world comes here and is not only entertained by us, but probably learns about us, probably not judges, but sort of frames their mind about what we're like based on what we, you know, produce in concerts and plays and, you know, shows and stuff like that. What sort of things should we, I mean, should they be funny, or should they just be historical, or should they be contemporary? What do you think?
You know, I think there's got to be a mixture. We have such a wonderful advantage in America, really helming the entertainment world, and all of those resources being right at our fingertips, the amazing shows you could put on. We have such opportunity for art, and art is such a huge informer of culture.
What's a great way to ignite people from New York and LA and other places that you've worked to get behind this? Because it's an American thing. I don't think people understand that. Sometimes they just think it's Chicago.
But it's not, because there was nobody saying that the Olympic Games were only for Beijing. It was the Olympic Games in China.
Right.
You know, volunteers from all over the country worked every single one of those events, and I think we can really take inspiration from President Obama's campaign, just that grassroots nature of reminding people what it is to be an inspired American, to take part in something that's bigger than your hometown or where you currently live, bigger than the family that you grew up in. It reminds us all that we're part of a greater family. We're all citizens of the same country. And that is a fabric that's so tightly woven.